let's go straight to checking in with CoinDesk Global Policy and Regulation Managing Editor Nick Day, who is also the editor of CoinDesk, the State of Crypto newsletter. Hello there, Nick. Good to see you. So, I mean, I don't know, not too much happening over the holidays yet, but what do you forecast happening in DC in terms of regulating the crypto sector? Because we have been hearing rumblings about it.
Yeah, well, yesterday was a pretty busy day. We saw at least 3 different letters come out, 2 from the OCC, the Office of the Control of the Currency, one of which was a interpretive letter basically sort of endorsing everything that former acting comptroller Brian Brooks did, or everything that happened under his tenure last year, but also specifying that banks that do want to engage in crypto under those previous interpretive letters have to seek permission from their regulator and get a approval before they can begin offering crypto custody or purchase or similar services. We also finally have a timeline for how a joint interagency bank regulatory group might look at this. The OCC, the Federal Reserve, and the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation said that in 2022, across 2022 at least, they're going to provide further clarity about how banking institutions can engage in crypto and, what is legal, what's permissible, what isn't. Not a lot of details, honestly. It was a very short document. It was 2 pages, but in theory, in 12 months or so, we'll have a better sense of what banks can or cannot do if they want to be in crypto. And finally, Senator Sherrod Brown, chairman of the Senate Banking Committee, is getting after stablecoins.
I want to ask you about Sherrod Brown as well. But first, do you think that the OCC went ahead with this prior to getting a new chief? Because there might be a difference in opinion in a matter of weeks. And number 2 is, let's go into what Senator Brown had to say about stablecoins.
Well, with the OCC, I would be surprised if that was one of the motivating factors. Just because, they are both from the same party, and the administration has, made a pretty solid effort, I think, at trying to keep all of their stakeholders sort of aligned in terms of, what they're trying to do. But, I think to me, the key part about yesterday's guidance from the OCC is that banks do need permission now. They need an approval to do all these things that, people may or may not have assumed that they could just do after the previous interpretive letters came out. So even though this is the OCC saying, we stand by, these previous letters, that permission aspect, I think, is, the really key thing to watch out for.
And about Senator Brown.
Stablecoins.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's asking stablecoin issuers, including Circle, Coinbase, and Center, each has 3 different letters, Gemini, Paxos, Trust Token, and Binance US, as well as soon Tether, about how their stablecoins operate, how they are issued, the redemption process. Just a lot of very detailed technical questions about how they operate and how people can interact with them, as well as what possible risk factors might be resulting from the different mechanisms they've got. So, and I think this is a first in terms of just the sheer depth of the questions asked, but definitely this has its origins, I think, 2 or 3 years ago from the original Libra vision.